Welcome to the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is your Pagan cycle and Ascended Masters reading for the week. It's for the collective. Please see my Sacred Directions readings or the Pyramid to Divine Union readings if you'd like to participate in the free little mini reading I do. The directions are below in the description box. Also look below for a timestamp if you want to jump ahead to the intuitive part of this reading, as I do start by reading the messages from the author's books first and explaining the positions of the cards. So we will start with our center card, which is about the presence of an ascended master to accompany the pagan reality of the cycle of nature. So the card is going to be coming from the Crystal Mandala book, and you have Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper representing goodwill. When you feel peace within, it's easier to recognize that you have a place in the world and a destiny no person can take away from you. And when you recognize that, it's easier to know that others also have their own place destined for them alone. This removes fear and competition and allows you to become an encourager. However, there is a further benefit to goodwill. For those who consciously cultivate it, it becomes a protective field against ill-wishing, which is the opposite of goodwill. Ill-wishing and curses are fear-based energies, which are either repelled by goodwill or absorbed and transformed by it. You don't have to interact or react with those energies or even pay them much attention at all, if any. You just need to focus on how good you feel within yourself when you want everybody to win at their spiritual game of life. You get encouragement back when you need it. And of course, as you say to the universe, I want everyone to win. The universe says to you, I want you to win. So this is really presented as an energy to kind of uplift and add some extra guidance and some extraordinary energy into our lives this week. Now we're going to move around the wheel, and we're going to start in the top left position with the River Queen from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. How are things around my accomplishments? What should I preserve and what should I let go? So that's what we're asking of this card. The themes of this card are flow, letting go, natural movement, which is ironically what the whole kind of what we're asking of it. The River Queen flows into your life as an ally to remind you about the concept of allowing and the nature and the law of non-attachment. Remember that all rivers come from the mountains and run to the sea to be absorbed by the larger body of water. There the liquid evaporates into clouds that rain on the mountains to continue an endless cycle of fluidity. The River Queen requires you to be fluid and to let go of rigidity and perfectionism. You will travel far as long as you let go and let flow, even maneuvering around the greatest blockages like water streams around big boulders. No obstacle can hold you back now. If you are willing to surrender to the natural flow of events, be easy on yourself and others and watch how smoothly you move forward. You may be surprised where the river takes you. The next position is asking, how can I dream light into life with the intention to create an ideal harvest from it? And from the cosmic reading cards, we have New Chapter. Inner change and transformation has been occurring within you. Your soul now yearns to take that next step, a leap of faith into the unknown. A new chapter waits with new opportunities and adventures. Your heart has been nudging you forward for some time, but the cautious mind has kept you at bay. Don't let fears of the unknown hold you back in a place that offers no growth. More than anything, your soul longs to grow and evolve. Staying where you are does not give you room to soar to new heights of spiritual awareness and full consciousness. This part of the journey can be quite difficult, not only for you, but for those around you. Go through the process, honor your feelings and the feelings of those involved, but don't stay in the state of discontent. Honor this period, but move through it with courage, strength, and determination. Breathe deep and release all fears, doubts, and concerns. Follow your heart, listen to your intuition and guidance. Believe in yourself. Don't trouble yourself with the opinions and expectations of others. This is your life, and you know what is truly best for you. Our next question is, how can I purify, prepare, and commit to inspired creativity? So this, in its essence, this reading really deals with the idea of the creative cycle. So we are going to take a card from the Witch's Oracle, and we have the Green Man this week. The Green Man represents the masculine aspects of life, taking risks, expressing yourself in the world, moving forward with confidence. Prosperity and richness can now be claimed by those advancing with purpose. Relationships are also highlighted. For men, this card offers opportunities to be a guardian and protector, a strengthening link for others. For women, you are being guided to seek your masculine side and go for it. Positive action will bring about positive change. If there is some conflict in family, social, or intimate relationships, consider whether your relationship is healthy and fertile, or if it is time to reevaluate. Growth is still possible. Communicate. How can I balance active and resting or reflective energies in life to seed new creativity? To answer this, we're taking a card from the Mystic Sisters, and you have Snake Charmer. Its keywords are obsession and fixation. The Snake Charmer sits entranced in her own shadowy world. Although beauty surrounds her, she cannot take time to enjoy it. She must not break her concentration on the poisonous snake in front of her, or a dangerous outcome would likely occur. This card deals with bad habits you wish to break. An activity that once brought you pleasure and gave you a sense of power has now become a detrimental obsession. The situation has been a progressive one created through time. A cautious disentanglement is required, and seeking others to help you will make the change much easier. How am I experiencing pleasure and freedom with my creative commitments? From the Mystical Healing deck, we have Focus on Higher Truths. While your truth constantly changes as you learn new things, it's important to develop a student-like mind and to spend some of your day reaching for a higher truth, thus building your soul strength and cleansing your spirit. will not only serve you in this life, but also in future incarnations. To open the door to higher truths requires you to develop a deep desire for spiritual wisdom. This can take place by asking profound questions such as, what is the difference between my soul and my spirit? Where did I come from? And who were the beings involved in creating the physical reality? What is the role of the angels? Where do I go after I die? And how can I learn more about it? The most important question you can ask is, what do I need to work on in this life that creates eternal forces? And what is temporary and passes away? This takes you out of a state of worry and into a place of real exploration. How am I abundant in my inspired, light-filled, creative endeavors? From the Star Temple Oracle, we have Beloved Zeus. The cosmic union is destined. This cosmic union is destined for greatness. This is a lover's card. It's synergy, divine partnership, and co-creation. If you are currently single, this stargate symbolizes a passionate, devoted, and spiritual connection flowing in for you. New love is on the horizon. Alternatively, this card signals the deepening of an existing relationship with more intimacy and greater connection. Either way, you lift each other up to the stars. Together you co-create synergy and stardom. Maya encourages you to integrate the sacred feminine and masculine within, to draw in and expand the multidimensional love you are so worthy of. So this could also be just passion for, love even for a project. It doesn't have to be in a partnership with someone in a romantic sense. How can I protect myself without fear through new resources I've manifested? And you have transmutation on the tour. Find the middle ground, compromise. Learn about opposition, cooperative interaction, and the use of synergy will produce a more powerful creation or relationship. The belief system based on earth energies have been at odds with Orthodox religion from early times. In the beginning, they did have a synergistic relationship, but it became more and more divided through the ages. The I'm right, you're wrong, polarized way of thinking has left us in a world of chaos and war. The Archangel Michael looks out over the world from Glastonbury, Tours, in hopes of seeing some conflict resolution. He has no interest in slaying the dragon. His sword of truth and commitment to the human race is firmly anchored into the earth, while the mother dragon, representing Gaia, nurtures her egg inside the hill. The egg is cracking, giving notice of the birth of a new reality. How will my gratitude and wisdom gained through reflection on my new growth help me create new opportunities? And from the Transcendent Journeys Oracle, we have Go Your Own Way. Medina, you have the right to choose to live outside the accepted paradigm and the social system. Protect the defenseless creatures who also have the right to live. The Slavic wild woman in the forest, Nadimia, was young when she chose to live in the greenwood, defending ecosystems and their inhabitants. She loved and protected animals and the glorious trees that sheltered them. When a hunter or woodcutter entered her forest, she would shapeshift into a wolf and drive them away. She chose not to marry, preferring to rule her forest domain escorted by wolves. Her sacred animal was the hare. There are venerated stones in the forest called hare churches and places where a wolf footprint is carved into the rock to honor her. It is healthy and natural to wish to leave everything and run wild for a while. All right, I'm going to look at this spread intuitively now and see what comes through. I'm going to try to keep in mind that this is about creativity. It's about manifestation. So I'm seeing here, sort of in the center of what you're rooted in, what you're tapping into, what you're feeling, there is a mix of energy. It feels sort of like not a tsunami, but like a big whirlpool of energy. And it's a mixture of all different things. There's some really heavy energy, there's some enlightened energy, there's some very free energy, and it wants to create something. It's very much trying to manifest. It just feels like a whirlwind of creative energy, of these mixed polarities coming together. And it's definitely in the process of becoming. I'm seeing that there is a sense of something that maybe you're attached to that you need to let go of, a sense of something forlorn, even a depression, a dark energy, something sad, but you've become perhaps attached to it. It's a beautiful kind of sadness, and you find comfort in it, and you understand it, and you know it, and you know how to live in that and create your reality with that and make the best of it, But you don't necessarily need to stay in that energy. It doesn't have to define you for all of your existence. And if you release that, there's a sense of almost like a rocketing energy of newness. Like you have no idea what could come through, but just by releasing attachments to old energies that are not serving your highest good, something can just pierce through your third eye, your psychic center, your intuition, something that has a great amount of force to it. And this could really come to be in the world and grow and become stable and foundational for you. There may be even a sense of existing aside from danger, being protected from things that have been getting to you before, because you're starting to build something that is far more stable and that's the doorway to stability, that is shining stability into your life in a very foundational way. And you could be working in a group of people that have the same purpose, that are supporting you in this as well. And I see that you've learned to master perhaps the idea of what can be dangerous, to kind of laugh in the face of danger, just make the best out of danger and not fear it as much as let it be a part of your fabric, of your reality, so that it gives life some juice. It makes reality a little bit more alluring, but it certainly doesn't consume you, and it doesn't have the power over you. You definitely have the upper hand with it. And what you may be gaining from this is this creative process is really stepping aside from the constraints of time, not being so focused on the tasks and the day-to-day management of how to get this done and that done, and really looking at things that may be inspiring you, that are secret, that are wise, that are beyond your ordinary self. And you may find that you are just enmeshed in something you're completely impassioned by, and that it's almost become your counterpart. Like you love to be with this, you love to surrender to the embrace and have it join you and lift you to something beyond, even a cosmic level. It is just so intimate, and it brings you such a vital force of passion, which also is bringing in this stability. It's helping to bring in energy that can become stable, that can become foundational for you. And you're really seeing, I'm kind of getting this theme of like, you don't have to go after something and harm it because you fear it. You can coexist with energies that could potentially be destructive for you, but you can stand apart from them. They can have their domain, their purpose, why they need to be here, and you have your purpose. And and it's fine. Without all of this, perhaps life would become dull. But you are like layers and layers removed from this harm, this perceived harm at least, which actually has a function that's of good in the world. And you are standing in a place where you're protected by your connections to something beyond you. You're protected to what mystifies you. You're protected by what feels like it can spiral from you and become something that gives you a center of power, yet it can move beyond you and out into the world. And maybe you have an institution that also has power, that stands by you, or that you can collaborate with, that gives you strength, that provides a place for you to endure and to build from. And this is all very intense energy, very higher-minded energy that is offering you this protection. It's definitely a mastering of the mind. And what will help you keep moving through this cycle is really acknowledging that you've gone from a place of having some insight and some keen focus to really knowing how to regenerate that at your will, to find your focus when you need it, to birth that, to let that evolve, to nurture it, to appreciate it. And you know how to take care of yourself and provide yourself with simple provisions, nothing elaborate, nothing beyond what you need. And in that way, you're also not wasting your time with excess. And this will help bring you bounty. And you may find that you're not necessarily understanding. You may have some support of energies that are very ancient to you, that are there. They're the masculine type of energy, so they're about providing structure, about moving through and accomplishing things in this world. And you just may not be aware that that's there and ready to be kind of a pillar of strength should you need it to rely on. But you're in good health, and you're happy about what you've achieved and where you can see yourself going, and you know where it is that you're ready to go to. And I'm going to conclude the reading there. I really appreciate you guys joining me for this. I'm sending you tons of blessings, and please join me again. You can also go to any of my other playlists to find other styles of readings that you may like to indulge in as well. Thank you.